Hey guys, so I played my first Title Tuesday ever, and here I'm gonna be commentating on how I played and where did I go wrong, and if there were any brilliancies. And so let's get right into it. All right, so my first round, I wasn't really sure, about the time control, and I thought we had increments, but later on I found out that wasn't true. So let's look at this. E4, my favorite opening, Alapin, D4, knight F6, knight F3, E6, bishop E2. Now these are very like usual when you're playing Alapin. I've played this thousands of times. H3, castles, bishop E3. H3 actually was unnecessary. Usually if he plays knight G4, if you allow knight G4, nothing much happens. Like if he takes, your pawn structure becomes better. So yeah, H3 was kind of unnecessary. I lost the tempo here. So he took knight C3, queen D7. Now I played knight E5, and this is very interesting because after taking, he played queen C7. And now he's attacking my pawn on e5 and also my queen on d1. So I was like, wait a minute, what should I even do here? So I decided to sack the queen. I took the knight. He took my queen, of course. Rook d1, bishop f6, and after knight b5, it's not that simple to play for black. So he had to play queen e7. I brought another rook. If he plays bishop d7, I play rook c7. I pin his bishop, so it looks really difficult for black to play here. He played b6, rook c7, queen back to f8. Now slowly my position is getting better because now I have bishop f3, rook b8. I took a7 pawn, bishop e7. He missed this move, which is bishop f4. Now his rook on b8 is completely, trapped. Bishop a6. I took. And after he took my knight, I play rook a8. And it's very simple now because when I move the bishop, his queen is going to be, pinned. And then I easily win the game. So let's see, h6, bishop e5, bishop e8. I actually missed this. I have rook c1. If he plays bishop c5, then b4, and then rook c8. Doesn't really change much. I played bishop c6 in the game. I took the queen. He took the queen, my rook. And after rook c1, bishop c5, b4, I took his bishop. And really the rest is pretty much like simple. He was trying to get me on time, even though he had like much lesser time than me. But again, it is what it is. We played for a couple of moves, and the rest is pretty simple. Yeah, I was pre-moving here, g5, g6, and yeah, ladder checkmate. So that was my first round. It was very exciting and also nerve-wracking. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like these are all good grandmasters. This is my first time. And yeah, but I was also like streaming, so that actually puts another level of stress on you. But yeah, let's check out the second round. Now I'm like I have 1 point, which looks pretty good for me. Now here, uh, let's see e4. I played e4. I didn't know why. I'm still playing as white because usually, it goes around like you're white, then you're black, then you're white. It doesn't really matter. Uh, Second time I was playing as white, I was happy because this is against a stronger player. Again, I played Alpin, d5, and let's see, the same situation. I played c4. Now I played a very interesting line, which is d5. And I basically sacrifice a pawn. And my plan is pretty much like simple. I play bishop b5, and it's very difficult for black to defend here because now I'm threatening queen takes and then taking the knight on c6. So he exchanged the queens first. Now If I take the knight with check, he plays queen back, and then I have to take, bishop takes. It doesn't really, you know, like satisfy, uh, like the positional play, but like here, taking the queen makes more sense because now if he plays bishop d7, I take the bishop, and then after king takes, I play knight e5, and since the knight is pinned, I'm gonna take another knight, and I have two pieces for rook, which is great. But he played bishop e7. Now, if I play knight e5, he's rook c8, so I decided to play bishop g5. Then I exchanged knight e5, and I had a very interesting idea when I was playing in this position. I was thinking about knight d7, and if he takes, then rook e1 check. He plays knight e5, then I take, but here his king is really safe. Like I have nothing much to do. F6 is coming. If I play knight c3, then he plays f6, and I'm in trouble. Like I play rook d1, king here. Now what am I supposed to do? I have no checks on d7, so yeah, that doesn't really work. So I took the knight, g takes, knight d7, attacking both his pawns. Bishop e7, I took another pawn here. He has bishop pair, but like really scattered, like all these pawns are scattered across the board, so it's a pretty good position for me. And if you look at the rest of the game, I played knight d5, and if he exchanges one of the bishops, I have a very good position. So he plays king f8, g3. I don't really have to take this. I could just wait for now. I took now and then played knight d5 with the plan of playing knight f4. And I took the knight, took the juicer on h5. He played rook c4, knight f4. Now I thought the pawn is unstoppable, but after king f8, I was really like struggling to find a good move for myself. So he played king f8, then knight d5, king g7. I have a good position. I played knight e3. I want to play knight f5. And unfortunately, I can't play rook d7 to take the pawn because my back rank is really weak. So I played g4, and that was my plan. I wanted to play rook d7. Now he gives a check. King h2. Now I have a breathing room for my king to run from g3 to f4. Bishop e4, knight g3. I missed bishop f3, rook d7 here. I took another pawn. King h4. Now these moves are risky. Again, we're low on time. He's trying to get me on time. Actually, maybe win the game. I played king g2, bishop h3, king f3. He took the pawn. h6. And the funny part is, if he had tried something like, let's say, bishop g4, I have king g2, I know, but like the fanciest way to win is to just take the bishop and then push the pawn. There is no way he could defend against that. And that was the whole thing. But again, I had a winning position. I drew the game again. I was under a lot of stress. Maybe I could have even played king e5 and then tried h7, which would have been probably, winning. Uh, yeah, it's already like winning. I was like, yeah, here like king e5. Again, it is what it is. It happens. All right, let's look at the third round. Now, this is pretty, this is very sad. Like this game is really sad because I was like completely winning. Much better position, was like -3 at some point. And let's just look at the game. Knight c6, d5, knight d7, e6. Very nice position. f6. Now, usually the plan for white is to play b3, bishop a3, and then knight c3, knight a5 to attack the c5 pawn. So this c4 move is to, block my pawns and then attack them later. So, so you're basically like fixing my pawns. f6, I try to create something, which is a good try since I have bishop pair. Knight c3, knight e5, takes, takes. Bishop c7. Plan is simple. Queen d6 is coming. Bishop d2, queen d6. e5 doesn't make any sense here to open up the position because, after exchanging the queens, I don't really have much to, show for it. So I was like, let's wait. Maybe he makes a mistake. He played bishop e3, and this is where, things get, better for me because if he wanted me to like provoke me to play d4, but then he has knight e4. So I was like, okay, watch this. E5. Then I played e5. Like here, if he takes, then I take the pawn, and I don't see a way he could, stop my queen h2 checkmate. Maybe g4. It doesn't look good for him. I have queen g3 check, and he's completely winning. So he played rook f3. I took the pawn, of course. He played bishop f2, rook e8. Position is looking really good against the 3000, near 3000 rated on chess.com. He took c4 is really good to stop rook d3 from like rook from running away. I wanted to play g4. And here I missed something really simple. I played g4 and it was like, okay, after I take this, I'm completely winning. There's no way. I almost like forgot about this knight that he could play knight b5, and then when my bishop was here, it was preventing it from coming in, but now he has this knight b5, and still it's a good position for me. But after rook takes, knight takes, queen takes, he has rook a3, bishop e2, still a good position. But look at the time difference. I was in time scramble. Queen f7, f3. Now things are turning to his advantage. Like queen g5, queen g6. I lost another pawn. This is the thing. Like I've seen Hikaru do this too. He has a like losing position, but somehow he actually turns around, turns the tables, and wins the game. It's because of the time. He knows how to manage time. And yeah, that's the most important thing. That's like 50% of blitz on chess.com. Okay, now it's just completely losing because he has bishop g3, bishop e5. All right, let's move on to the fourth round. Here, okay, let's see what happened. d4, knight f6, knight f3, g3, king's Indian defense, bishop g2, and right now after knight d7, he wants to play e5. Now, I usually play knight c6 to, like, when he plays d5, I wanted to play, like, knight a5, and then c5, and then a6, b5, and it's like some sort of, like, Benko variation, but my opponent played knight d7. He wanted to play e5. Knight c3, e5, e4, rook e8, d5. And after knight c5, I played knight e1. Now I'm not really sure. Let me turn on the analysis. This is a good move. This is a good move. I want to play knight d3, then b4, just to defend the pawn on e4 right now. a5, b3. Usually you play b3 to so when he plays a4, then you have b4. And also later on, if you want to create something in the queen side, you could play a3, b4. I mean, you should move your rook first because you don't want your a3 pawn to be pinned, and then b4, and then yeah, exchange. It's a good position for white. b6, rook b1. I was trying that. Bishop e3. Usually you shouldn't do much in these type of situations, but yeah, let's see how I play it. h3, a4, b4, knight d7. Now I was like, oh, I want to play b5, and I was streaming this. I was saying like, I want to play b5, I want to play b5 and then take the pawn. His bishop is really bad. I have an extra pawn I could push later, even sacrifice it by playing bishop d2, knight d3, knight b4, knight c6, so many different ideas. But I went for the wrong order of moves. I played knight takes a4. Now worse. Like now the position just is better for him. So he takes, like now I'm losing an exchange. But again, since it's, like some sort of like King's Indian situation, still white could defend. I played b5, maybe knight c3 was better. So when he takes, I played bishop here, bishop c6. But I played b5. I thought maybe closing the position is the best idea, which, in Engine's opinion, it's not. King takes here, knight d3. Now, funnily enough, he's doing too much on this side. Maybe he should like create something by moving his knights and then f5. And I took advantage of this. I played bishop c1, then knight b4. Now this knight c6 move is coming, and the rook is kind of trapped. He plays knight c5. Now actually the position is better for me. Rook a3. I took it. Here, queen b2, rook d1, h5. I was trying my best to win. Maybe it was better to go for a draw. It's like an equal position. But I played queen b4, queen b2, bishop f3. Like we moved our pieces back and forth, and the game ended in a draw. I don't know why he went for a draw. He could still try to, win because his knight is really good. My knight is on c6 is like doing nothing. It seems like it's in an outpost, sitting like very in a strong position. But maybe it would have been better for it to be on c4. Again, it's actually pretty good if you look at it, because actually black's queen cannot move. The rook is trapped. So I don't know why Engine gave black so much advantage, but still he could have tried like to create something by g5 maybe. All right, let's go to the next game. Here on slow chess, I was playing as white, exchanging this Karakhan defense, and yeah, this is like the pawn of attack. Knight f6, knight f3, e6, knight c3, bishop d2. This is a very solid position for white. Queen e2, knight d7, castles, knight e5. Your knight sits there, and also your bishops are doing pretty good on attacking on the king side. So maybe later you can rook lift and continue the attack on the king side. So queen c7, rook e1. I was trying that. b6. Oh, look at this. Queen f3, and after bishop e7, I play queen g3. Now, of course, this bishop h6 is coming, but that doesn't like do much. It doesn't threaten much. Like, of course, if he plays g6, he's gonna lose an exchange, but what he could do is just knight h5 or knight e8, so many different moves, but he chooses to play king h8. Now, I'll give you guys like 3 seconds to figure this out. How do you think white could win in this position? And if you figured it out, comment down below. Actually, like this is a very beautiful moment. There are two winning moves, but one is like completely dominating. Either knight f6 or knight g6. So I played knight f7, and yeah, he resigned. There is nothing he could do. He could take the knight, I take the queen, and yeah, that's it for him. Okay, let's go to the next round. I was playing against a 2800 player. I played against so many strong players. But let's see how this one went. Bishop b4, d5. I was locked in. I was trying to do my best. c5, b6, bishop a6. This is a very solid position in Nimzo Indian. White is trying to play e4 and create something in the center. But black is also trying to counter that by putting his pieces to somehow stop that attack and also improve his position. So we'll see in the future. Rook e8, knight g3. Of course, he's planning to start this pawn push. I took, I played knight c6. And then here bishop b2. Usually like they play bishop b2 to play e4. And now h5. This is what I told you guys. You know, usually you place these type of moves to stop e4, and if you place e4, then I have like h5, h4 here, and he loses a pawn. But he still went for it. And this is not a bad move. This is not a terrible move. I played h4, I exchanged here, and then I took this with a rook. Now, apparently engine says c takes d4 is better, and then rook takes. Well, I didn't go for this. I played rook takes, and he sacrificed on g7. I completely missed this. After he played it, I thought it's just over because after I take, he plays rook takes f6, queen takes c4, and the position is really bad because he would definitely play d5 at some point and then c4, and look at this crazy bishop sitting there. You know, it's just the fianchetto bishop, which wasn't doing much at the beginning. Now it's like a demon. All right, knight e5. It was the best move. Queen c2. Now this is a mistake. He had to play queen h3. That was his only try. But queen c2 is now equal. I played the best move, c takes d4. Still is stressful to play something like this because now if he plays rook takes f6, I play d3, so he cannot take my rook. And after he plays queen f2 to guard his rook, then I play knight g4. I'll fork them, and I'll win one exchange for myself. So he took the pawn here. I played rook c8. Not looking like really good for white. He had to play queen d1. Now queen b3, either queen b3 or bishop c3 are better than what he played. But yeah, queen d1. I played knight eg4. Like this is the best move that could be played because it guards the knights, and also knight e3 is coming. Knight f5 seems to defend everything, but now the only best move and winning move of the position, I play queen c7. Now I have queen c2 at some point. I'm attacking the h2 pawn. He played g3, queen c2, best move. After exchanging, yeah, here he had to give up the bishop because if he moves it back or if he defends it like this, I have rook e2, and then I would like, you know, my rooks are dominating on the second rank, and somehow I would find a way to checkmate him. So he thought maybe just giving up the bishop is his best try. For the first time, I was actually up on time. Yeah, h3, rook e3, and yeah, here he thought maybe he would win back the piece, but I saw this move. Rook takes, then knight takes g4. Now if knight back, like if knight f5 is like rook h2 is checkmate. He played knight f3, knight f2 check, rook takes. He had to take because his knight is unguarded. Rook takes here. I was still trying, but it resulted in nothing but me winning in a beautiful way. I took that, and yeah, that was it. So that was my first win against a stronger player. Even though my second round I should have won against that guy, but it is what it is. Okay, let's move on to the second. Let me see, seventh round. Let's see. Oh, this guy. This game was something. Like you can see how beautifully they play, and they place their pieces in ways that you cannot explain. Like look at this. I played Alapin again. Here and at f3. So the position came up from this. Uh, e4, c5, c3, and knight f6, d4, bishop c4. I usually play this. I do not take the pawn fast. I would wait for him to play all these moves, and here I go castles. If he takes the pawn, then I take the queen, and uh, even though I'm down a pawn, all my pieces come out, and I have a very good position. Actually, it's a better position for white. He played bishop e6. I took the bishop. These are main lines for this. Rook d1. Excuse me. Rook d1. Here I had to just give up my uh, isolated pawn on d4. It's usually the best try for white. You know, he wants to get rid of this as soon as possible, or use the space behind the pawn to create something. But right now, since I have exchanged so many pieces, and the more you exchange in isolated pawn structures, then the easier it is for black to, or for your opponent, um, to attack the pawn and put more pressure. Like, let's say all the pieces are out of the board and you're left with a king versus a king. It's more likely that your opponent is gonna win if he plays perfectly and attacks the pawn uh, in a great way. But here I played queen g3. I was trying bishop h6, but of course it's not gonna work against the grandmaster. He played bishop d6, bishop g5. I was trying to create weaknesses. Rook e1, rook d1, h5. I mean, what are these moves? Bishop g3. I didn't see this. Like, I didn't think he's gonna fix my pawns to attack them like this. And I mean, look at this. Rook c4. Every single move. Now I have to lose the pawn because rook c2, he has knight b4. So it's not a good position. I lost it. I lost the pawn. Played rook c6. Very solid gameplay. No mistakes. Queen f5. Just moving the pieces back and forth. Like, you need so much patience to do this. And yeah, here he managed to exchange my queen, which after that is just completely over for white. Okay, let's look at the next game. Oh, this is nice. This is like against another grandmaster. I got a better position, but I did something crazy. Let's look at it. C3, knight f6. This is the same setup as I think the third round or the second round. But here he offered me this pawn, which I should have taken. The offer, like knight takes d4, d5, and then I have some sort of like check on a4, a5. He plays knight d2, knight d2, and then I don't know, knight b8. It's a good position. Actually, I could even take this. Yeah, it's still game. Like here, here, then queen I mean c5. And if he takes this, you take this. You know, usually engines could find all the best moves in these type of positions. But again, it's a good position. I should have taken the free juicer. But I played d5, knight e4, e4, e6, and let's see what happened. F6. Usually you play F6 when you feel like there's nothing much to do and you want to create something and you know you're going to weaken this E6 pawn. This is like you know, behind all the pawns, and it could be easily attacked by white's pieces. Like he could play rook e1, he could sit his knight on e5, and it's a great outpost for the knight. But again, uh, I didn't really care. I wanted to open up the game for my bishop pair. Bishop comes back. Bishop d7. And I was trying to bring my bishop to h5. Uh, I'll give you guys 2 seconds. I mean, 2 seconds is more than enough to figure out what white is trying to do here. Okay, so he wanted to sacrifice the rook on e6 and then bishop takes on d5. Now these are just tricks, like tricks in blitz that sometimes your opponent might miss. But when your bishop is doing great, you don't need to move it uh, from that diagonal. Yeah, just leave it there and figure out a best, like good concrete plan. Come up with something like that and try to get a better position strategically. Okay, but even for this tactical trick, then queen e3, bishop h5, I took, then queen h4. Now I want to play d4, of course. I want to play d4. But after he moves to b5, then all of a sudden, uh, I saw this f4 coming, and the position is not looking good for me if that happens. And then he plays knight d4. This bishop is definitely better than this bishop if he manages to bring it back and complete the attack on the king side, and then bring the rook to c1, rook to c7. Doesn't look good for me. So I played rook to f3, which you guys saw it. I mean, I moved the piece, but yeah, rook f3. This is just crazy because after rook f3, g takes, queen takes h2. I thought I'm completely winning, but what I missed was that he could play queen f4. But that was the best move. Rook f3 was the best move to get the draw, and then bishop takes f3, and here the only move is queen h2, queen g4, queen g3, queen h5. He thought for a bit here. He thought maybe he could sacrifice to go for a win, but that doesn't work. So yeah, we went for a draw. That was a crazy game. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, Matty Chess. I think this guy was streaming. Let's see how I played against him. Bishop c4, d3, castles, c3. I don't even know the name of this. I usually call this opening the Italian. I mean, as we all know, but it says it is something that I can't even pronounce. So it's okay. A5, knight d2, castles, h3, h6, rook e1. You want to bring your knight to f1, then to g3. He played bishop e6, knight f1. Now, I usually play bishop b5 and try to exchange the knight for my bishop. That seems a bit odd, but then I have d4. And yeah, that is usually my plan. But this time I went for a different plan. I played knight f1, he exchanged, knight g3, knight f5. I wanted to do, now here he wants to take on e4, which I saw. I played queen d3 to stop that. Now he wants to play knight a5. The game becomes tricky if he manages that to play knight a5 and attack my pawn. Oops, what happened? For some reason I can't move my mouse. Okay, now it works. Bishop e3, rook d8, knight d2, knight d7. Now we're just maneuvering around. Just look at this, knight d7, b5. Here I feel like I should open up the a file. Knight comes back. Usually sometimes like in games, when you're patient enough, then your opponent does something just fancy out of nowhere, which helps you out to win in the game. Like, and you'll see it in a moment. Knight takes b3. I mean, what's up with this? Now, if I take the rook, of course he's gonna play knight c5, attack my queen, and then take the rook. He thought for 40 seconds to play this move. Now it's just better position for me. Rook takes, queen c2, queen b4, then queen c4, then knight c4. Now I have a very solid position. My knights are doing great. I want to bring my rook from b1 to b7 and attack on his king. d5, took the pawn. Rook here, rook a5. He wanted to play d4 here. I played rook b7, d4, knight g5. Now I have a beautiful mating threat. Knight f6, then rook b8, or even knight g6. So let me show you guys. If he plays something like d3, there's this, and then boom, beautiful checkmate. Yeah. So here we went h5, knight f6, king h6, uh, knight g8, king h7, I was thinking about going for a draw, but I realized my opponent might want that. So I was like, because right now it's white is actually winning. So I went for another check. I was like, wait a minute. He's streaming. He wants to do something fancy, and he actually went for it. So he went. If he plays King H3, King H7, it would the game would end in repetition, threefold repetition. But he went King G5, and he didn't see the best move in the game. Now I'll give you guys uh 10 seconds maybe to figure out what should white do here to win. There's only one move. I'll just drink some water. So the best move here is to play G3, which let me see. I found it in 1 second. Only move. Only winning move. Let me check. I mean, knight f3 also works, but only move that mates in 12, it says. Yeah, that was the best move in the game. He had to sacrifice because if he takes my knight, I take on g7 and it's checkmate. Look at this. It's checkmate. So here he sacrificed. Then he played g6. Checkmate comes and I win the game. All right, that was a beautiful win. I was doing great, even though it was my first time playing this tournament. I was doing great. Uh, let's go here. Roberto JBM. Let's see how he did against this guy. I drew, I think. Yeah, here knight f3, e3, b6. It says like Indian game Yusupov Rubinstein system, which I don't really try to memorize all the names because every single move, every single variation has different names, which is uh, hard to remember. E4. Maybe I should start memorizing them. I'm FM titled. Okay, E4. Knight takes E4. Castles. Knight D7. Yeah, I played Queen C8. I wanted to play C5 at some point. I didn't want to for my queen to be under under this rook. It kind of feels dangerous to play C5. Okay, Queen C8, Bishop G5, Rook E8, C4. I exchanged. Then Knight F6. Usually, when you have less space, you want to exchange to get into a better situation to kind of get more space because you can't really maneuver around when you have little to nothing space. Like right now, if you look, like what is this? All my pieces are on the back rank, like eighth rank, and it doesn't really look pretty. So I decided to exchange so many pieces, but it was worth it. H6, Rook D8, D5. I got a better position actually. E4, E3, Rook takes. I sacrifice my pawn, but at first I was trying to get a draw against this guy because of course he's a international master and he's 2900. But I was like, wait a minute, maybe I could create something. And he was like really fixated on finding a way to win against me. So I was like, wait a minute, let's trick him, let's trap him somehow. So here if I play king h7, he has queen d3 check and he exchanges a queen, which of course he would love to do. I played knight e8, rook knight e1, queen e4, king f1. I took that pawn. Slowly but surely, I'm getting back into the position. I played queen f4, knight f3, knight f6, queen here, knight here. Now look at this position. I mean, I can't even make this up. I was checking this, I think yesterday with Engine, and it found a way for white to win in this position, and it seems like really drawish. And I want you guys to really think, is there a way for white to use my weakened back rank to his advantage? Now, I want you guys to actually pause, or I'll give you guys some time. How should white play? All right, so the best move here is to play Queen B1. Wow. Queen B1. Now, what does this even do? He's attacking my rook. It's a double attack. He's attacking my rook, and he's planning to play rook D8. Now, there is no defense. That's the odd part about this, because there's no defense, no way for me to stop him from taking my rook. And I should, of course, play G6, and yeah, he takes on A2. That was the funniest part. Well, he wouldn't find these moves. Maybe if it was Magnus, he would find something like this. But yeah, here I play. He played Queen D4. I played Knight E4. Now things are turning around to my advantage. Like right here, if I check, it's better for black. It's better. He has to play Knight H4 to sacrifice his knight. It's like -4. Knight E1, Queen E2, only winning move. I'm finding everything. I'm really low on time. Rook D2. Now this is what just ends the game. If I had time, I would have tried to win. But yeah, you'll see. Here, I have 32 seconds. To win the game, I had to slowly bring my pawn up the board. But of course, I didn't want to risk anything. It's like -5. Of course, I could win, even if I exchange. But it's hard to convert when you're low on time. So I didn't risk it. I played knight f1, knight g3, knight f1, knight g3. And yeah, that was a beautiful draw against another 2900. Maybe I should bring my rating to, like, my plan right now is to get to 2800, 2750, 2800, and slowly bring myself up. All right. Okay, let's see. D4. This is my game against Dark Alakine. D4, Knight F6, Bishop F3, Bishop F4. Yeah. London setups. C5, C5, C3, castles, bishop D3, and here I played a move that wastes tempo. I mean, you have so many different moves. You could even take the bishop and then play knight C6, and that is the best move, I believe. Yeah, to play bishop takes here, knight c6 here, and then queen c7, g3, e5. You sacrifice the pawn, but you're gonna, get it later on. But now you have a strong center, and if he exchanges everything, the king is uh, in the middle of the board, so it's a good, good position. It's like equal, I think. Yeah, it is equal. Um, but let's go back. What I did was queen c7. Now this helps him to play, to take this and then play e4. We exchange everything on e4. I played e5, rook e1. It's a solid position. Now here, I was thinking like in this position to play something. I didn't want to, usually when you play against a grandmaster, you don't want to give him huge advantage by risking a lot. So I was like thinking about bishop g4. Maybe I should have played h6 first, but I played bishop g4. I missed something here. What do you guys think is the best move for white? So the best move is to take on h7, which he found it really fast, 3 seconds. I mean, when I played the move bishop g4, I saw it like immediately. Okay, rook d8, queen a4. Again, I'm still trying my best. takes. I was thinking about some crazy move like queen b5, but it wouldn't work really. And he also has this check, so yeah, that wouldn't, like, the back rank checkmate wouldn't work against the grandmaster. But yeah, king g8, g3, rook d3. Yeah, he slowly but surely squeezed like every single advantage that he had into a win. Like, look at this. He exchanged. I was like trying my best to stay in the position. Queen d6, knight d6. Yeah, he attacked my queen. Now let me see. Is there something I could do? No, it's already like minus +4 for white. Yeah, queen e1. He took this pawn. And here I lost yet another pawn, and here I resigned. So at the end I got like 6 out of um 6 out of 11, which is a good result, you know. It's not bad for the first time, and I got a lot of wins against grandmasters and I mean draws, wins and draws against them. And it was a very nice experience. If you guys enjoyed it, uh, please subscribe. I would be happy to create more games. I would play more Title Tuesdays. And if it was helpful, just yeah, comment down below. Double your omen. All right. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed everything and take care. Um, just subscribe if you want to see more games like this. And yeah, peace.